We have some very big news. Bally Sports has teamed up with, you see that logo behind us? The U.S. Army? They're back in football, and they have a football game, the U.S. Army Bowl, that's going to be carried right here on our network. And with us is Rich McGinnis. He runs the show. He's the director of the game. Isn't it great to have the Army back in football?
Randy, it's exciting to have the Army back, and the biggest week in American football will be led by the U.S. Army Bowl this December 17th. Top 80 players in the country coming to Dallas, Texas, the home of the Cowboys, and obviously the Star, this unbelievable complex that 20 years ago when we got going in football wasn't around. So we're thrilled to have the Dallas Cowboys involved, thrilled to have Bally Sports, who is televising all these great high school games around the country, and the U.S. Army leading the way as our title sponsor.
And you're starting to call it the greatest game of them all.
That's true. It's got great legacy. It's got great alumni. And most of all, though, Randy, I would say the biggest week in football has everybody else. It's the top flag teams in America. It's the top tackle teams in America. It's the top 7-on-7 teams, all coming to Dallas for a full week of football, right? Led by the U.S. Army game, and then National Signing Day. About 30 of those All-Americans on December 22nd will announce their college live on the Bally Sports Network. We're thrilled.
That'll be exciting. And we're thrilled to have Keith Miller with us. You know that. He's the guy that kind of recruits the players. He gets the guys to the game. Keith, tell us about the first 10 invitees.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Rich. Super excited to be here. Our first 10 invitees to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl are our top 10 players in the country, led by the nation's number one player, number one quarterback, Jaden Rashada, Pittsburgh High School up in Northern California, a dual threat, dynamic athlete, big-time arm, big-time player, big-time person, followed by Arch Manning, of course, the nephew of Peyton Manning from Isidore Newman High School out in New Orleans, the top pocket passer in the country, followed by Malachi Nelson and Nico Lamaleva, both quarterbacks here in Southern California, both five-star players, 6'2" for Malachi, 6'6" for Nico. Both can run it and throw it for days. You have David Hicks Jr. He's an interior edge rush guy. He's out of Peyto High School out in Texas. Then you have Dante Moore, quarterback out of Michigan, who's also a dual threat guy. It reminds people a little bit of a Donovan McNabb. Then you have Samson Okunlola, big offensive tackle, 6'6", 300 pounds, but very, very athletic, very quick feet, and nasty at the point of attack. Maybe the most talented guy in the country is Samuel Mpemba. He's a 6'5", 235-pound athlete, plays defensive end, plays kind of a tight end, H-back hybrid. This kid dominated IMG Academy's practice as a junior. He's an elite playmaker and could be the best player in the country, definitely the most talented. We're going to finish off the top 10 with Keon Keeley, a prototype edge rusher at 6'6", 245 pounds, long, bendability, a lot of bounce on the edge. It's unstoppable right now at the high school level. And then lastly, Jerion Dickey, my number one wide receiver out of Valley Christian High School in San Jose in Northern California. He will remind a lot of people of elite players at the NFL level because of his ball skills, his catch radius. He's a fantastic wide receiver. He runs routes. He makes plays. I just love him.
Keith Miller, that was fantastic. We're excited. But I know, Rich McGinnis, you have more than just the talented high school players going to Dallas. You have a combine that's special.
That's right, Randy. We've got the best of the best in all aspects of football, tackle and non-tackle. The best flag teams will come to Dallas.
Wow.
The best youth kids from 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade will do their own combine called the National Youth Combine. It's the best of the best in Dallas, Texas. You saw the All-American class. We're pumped about that, but the next generation will be right behind them.
And you're looking at the next generation now. Memorize those names. They are going to be fantastic football players, and we're thrilled at Bally Sports to bring you the action.